The highway out in West Texas at night isn't like anywhere else. It's just black, flat land stretching forever. Nothing but the road and the hum of the engine. Every 100 miles or so, a single gas station flickers on the horizon. No towns, no houses, just a lonely island of light. My colleague, Letitia, was at the wheel. She'd been driving for 4 hours, her knuckles white on the steering wheel, eyes flickering between the empty road and the gas gauge. I usually last 8 hours before I need a break, but she always tapped out after 4 or 5. We were running low on gas, down to a quarter tank. Out here, you learn quick. If you see a station, you stop no matter what. Miss one, and you might not see another for 100 miles. Letitia was talking about fate, destiny, all that cosmic stuff. I tried to steer us back to safer topics, but she was on a roll, her voice echoing a little in the quiet, like she was trying to fill up the emptiness outside. We spotted an exit, just a green sign and a thin slip of pavement curving off into the dark. No town name, just a Chevron logo. She turned off without hesitating. I dug out my battered travel mug, thinking about coffee and how soon I'd be taking over the drive. The gas station was just what I expected, a squat building with buzzing fluorescent lights, a single trailer parked out back, and nothing else for miles. There was one other car, an old, dented sedan, parked off to the side, half in shadow. We got out, still caught up in our conversation, the crunch of gravel under our shoes, the only other sound. The air felt heavy, like the night was pressing in from every direction. I remember thinking how quiet it was. No bugs, no wind, just the hum of the lights. We walked up to the doors, each of us grabbing a handle. They didn't budge. I rattled mine a little, expecting to hear someone call out from inside, but nothing happened. The doors were locked tight. I glanced around, looking for a sign, maybe a handwritten "back in 5 minutes" or something taped to the glass. But there was nothing, just the empty station, the hum of the coffee machine inside, and the faint static from a wall of security monitors. Through the glass, I could see the coffee machine, halfway through, brewing a fresh pot. The security screens that faced us were all static. No feeds, no movement, just gray snow. It was like the whole place had been abandoned in a hurry. That's when I noticed the back door. There was a bright red streak running down it, thick, smeared, with what looked like handprints pressed into the mess. I froze, my mouth suddenly dry. Every hair on my neck stood up.
Is anyone in there?
I'd already started backing away from the doors, my heart pounding. I grabbed Letitia's arm and tried to pull her with me. She kept shaking the door, calling out, but I couldn't get the words out fast enough. I told her, almost whispering, that there was blood inside. Blood. She looked at me like she didn't understand, like she couldn't process it. I started pulling her toward the car. That's when I really looked at the other car. No plates, covered in grime, big dents in the doors. There was an empty gun rack mounted in the back window. My stomach twisted. I started running, dragging Letitia with me.
But we need gas. We can't just leave, can we?
I told her again, louder this time, that there was blood. Blood everywhere. I could barely get the words out. She fumbled with the keys, finally unlocking the doors. It felt like she was moving in slow motion. We both dove into the car. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely close my door. She dropped the keys twice before getting them into the ignition. As we backed up, I looked through the glass doors one last time. The back door inside the station was opening, just a crack at first, then a little wider. I couldn't see who or what was behind it. Letitia floored it. The car lurched backwards, gravel spraying behind us. I kept my eyes on the gas station until it was swallowed up by the dark. We didn't see anyone come out, but I felt watched the whole way. We drove in silence for 20 miles, the only sound the rush of the tires and Letitia's shaky breathing. My phone had no signal, just a little red X where the bars should be. 40 miles later, we finally reached another truck stop, just as lonely, just as empty. I pulled out my phone again, and this time I had a single bar. I called the police, voice shaking, and tried to explain what we'd seen. The dispatcher listened, thanked me, and said they'd send someone out. That was it. I never heard anything more. Not a follow-up, not a news story, nothing. Just silence. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if we'd stayed. If I hadn't panicked, maybe we would have met whoever was behind that door. Maybe we were just lucky. Or maybe fate really does work in strange ways out here. I never found out what happened at that station, but every time I pass a lonely exit in the middle of nowhere, I remember the blood, the static, and that door slowly opening. And I keep driving,